All right, what is going on, everybody? Thank you very much for tuning in. About 8 o'clock when I'm recording this. Definitely did not think on a Saturday night. Did not think I would be back after that Lakers win over the Pacers to talk some Lakers basketball, but some big news going down. Geez, this one I'm sure caught everyone off guard. I want to read let me kind of just set everything up here real quick. So game ended, and I'm driving down to San Diego. Got my mom's birthday coming up tomorrow, so we'll take her out as a family here. And working my way down, and I get an alert. I'll tell you what the alert says. It's from basically the public relations department for most of the media that's associated with the Lakers. We get alerts directly from public relations, their communications department. It says the trade between the Charlotte Hornets and the Los Angeles Lakers has been rescinded due to failure to satisfy a condition of the trade. And that's all it says. And I'm thinking in my head, when you get one of these notifications, maybe they're talking about, practice tomorrow, or maybe there's, I don't know, here's a link to some post game stuff, some audio, whatever it is. So I'm not really paying too much attention, especially because you're paying maybe more attention, closer attention before the NBA trade deadline. After the trade deadline, everybody's like, all right, we're chilling. It's all good. We know the team, the roster, and this is what they're going to run with the rest of the way. So I see that tweet and I'm on my way down. I'm still, I don't know, I still got probably an hour, 10, hour, 15 minutes left. I'm like, what the hell do I do with this? I'm like, all right, well, there's got to be some more information that comes out. Everybody started tweeting, the info. Shams that put it out there. Anybody kind of associated in the NBA world is putting out just basically what the Lakers said. I knew eventually there was going to be some more details. So I guess in a way it probably worked out that I waited a little bit to actually do this recording because I can get some more information. I give you guys some more content that helps try to make this all make sense. So here's where we're at. Let's walk through. I'm going to share my screen with you guys here, and we're going to walk through a story together on ESPN. That way we can all just kind of look at it and we know the details. So here's the story. Here's the title: Lakers Hornets deal nixed. Williams fails physical, sources say. This is something McMenamin put together. Lakers traded with Charlotte. Mark Williams rescinded on Saturday, according to the Lakers, after the 7-foot center failed LA's physical exam, sources told Shams. Williams' physical of the Lakers showed multiple issues, and the team failed him on the exam. The physical was not failed due to his back, however. And then it goes into, saying some things about specifically about Mark Williams, who's only played. Look, this was, if there's one thing that I heard over these last couple of days since they made a trade for him, and we all know how desperate the Lakers were, really, really desperate to try to get a big, and they need size. Kind of, that's been the conversation around the Lakers even before they traded Anthony Davis. So, obviously this is it's been more about take the chance. It doesn't matter. Yes, you probably gave up a lot, but it's okay. You gave up a lot. You got to try to win right now. You got Luka. I mean, you don't necessarily have to try to win right now, but you want to show Luka, you want to show LeBron that you're at least trying to put together a roster that can potentially make some noise in the playoffs. But the details were out there about Mark Williams. He's played 85 out of a possible 212 games through the first 2.5 seasons that he's been in the league by the Charlotte Hornets, about 40% of the games. But it also says Los Angeles was confident in his medicals, sources told ESPN at the time the trade was agreed upon. I'm going to read something here. This was, this was on Thursday about the confidence that Rob Pelinka had that he was all good. We fully vetted his health stuff, led by Dr. Chris Jones at UCLA Health and Dr. Leroy Sims on our team, and he's had no surgeries. So these are just parts of he's still growing into his body. We vetted the injuries he's had, and we're not concerned about those. We still have a chance to have a physical and continue to do a deep dive and make sure that what we've talked about and have seen. So we'll still have a step in the process of doing a full physical before the trade becomes official. That was a couple days ago. That was on Thursday leading up to the Golden State Warriors game. And best way that I can put it is whatever they were thinking before, obviously, is now out the window, and the Lakers now are without a center. They still got Jackson Hayes. We all kind of know that, and that's something that we have known. We got to see Jackson Hayes earlier today. He was great. He was phenomenal, high energy. They don't have enough size. They're going to need more size, and frankly, their window of trying to get that is obviously out the door now, unless they just grab somebody in the buyout market. Let me keep reading a couple other things as I was sitting here a little bit earlier. Here's one thing. It says Shams had put out Mark Williams' physical with the Lakers showed multiple issues, and the team failed him on the exam. Sources tell ESPN physical was not failed due to his back, however. And then earlier, this was I don't know how long ago, probably within the last hour. NBA on ESPN. Let me play something for you guys because this is Shams on NBA on their NBA show on ESPN, and he's talking specifically about what happened. Take a listen.
Just a couple of minutes ago, breaking news. The trade between the Charlotte Hornets and the Los Angeles Lakers for Mark Williams has been rescinded. Shams, what does that mean, and why did not this trade, why didn't it go through?
Malika, sources tell me that the Lakers have failed Mark Williams on his physical exam. I'm told they found multiple issues in that exam, and it's about the extent of the injury of what they got and what they found. And in that exam, clearly they found some issues, and people have talked about his back being an issue. I'm told that that was not the reason of the failed physical. So they found a couple of other issues in his physical exam that they did not expect.
Okay, so failed physical means Mark Williams will not be coming to the Los Angeles Lakers. Dalton Knecht is now coming back. Where do the Lakers go from here on this?
It's not good for the Lakers because their centers in no order: Jackson Hayes, Christian Coloco, Christian Wood. If you want to call Jared Vanderbilt a center, that's not the group you want to have for a long playoff run. No knock specifically, but this Mark Williams is supposed to be their guy.
And that's one issue. The other issue is how J.J. Reddick, Rob Pelinka, and everybody in the Lakers organization is going to have to lie to Dalton Knecht and tell him how much they love him and they didn't want to trade him and they happy that he's back.
All right, we'll stop it right there. Disagree with that. I'm going to get into Dalton Knecht, what this means. Lakers get the picks back. Cam Reddish, also obviously part of the Lakers team again. I'll get into that in just a second. I disagree with Perk about having to lie to them or anything like that. I don't think you have to do that. But let me kind of finish here with the details of what exactly happened. I read the article. Obviously, we got the details there. Bobby Marks put this out. He said there's always a risk of making a trade the day before or on the deadline day because once 3 p.m. Eastern passes on Thursday, you only have two choices: approve the trade or rescind the trade. What he means there is there's no opportunity for you to say, okay, well, what if we did this? What if we did that? Okay, there's no opportunity for them to, hypothetically, I'm just making up stuff. Hey, we'll take our chances with Mark Williams, but our 2031 pick, we're going to keep. You don't have that opportunity anymore. Or there's a plan B to it. Or, okay, we're not going after Mark Williams. We're going to go after a different center. I think that's what Bobby Marks is talking about. And then he said something to the effect, although news broke the night of February 5th, the trade call with the NBA did not happen until February 6th. So that's some more information there. Everything else that I got here, and again, I'm just kind of trying to get as much information as possible. I think that was kind of my goal. And, like I said from the beginning, it kind of plays to my advantage here to not be able to do a video right away. Dave McMenamin, the final thing that I'll say on this, and just from a news perspective, the Lakers anticipate both Dalton Knecht and Cam Reddish to report back to the team now that the trade is rescinded. Reddish, it should be noted, missed time away from the Lakers leading up to the trade deadline because of personal reasons. Okay. Now we could talk about what the hell happened. Hopefully you guys got all your information there, and hopefully that news is helpful to kind of sort of clear up, even though I don't think we're clearing up too much here. I think we're just kind of giving some information. Here's the info on the Lakers now moving forward. Here's the situation that the Lakers are in. Situation they're in is they were really, really trying to address how small they were. They were really, really trying to address, can they get somebody to team up with Luka specifically, but also LeBron. And can they have a lob threat? Can they have a guy, a pick and roll guy that can get to the basket, clean up off the glass, all that stuff? They thought they got it in Mark Williams. Maybe this whole trade went down. If you guys remember on during the presser on Tuesday when they were or Monday, Tuesday, I forget what day it was, they were introducing Luka. That Pelinka said the market is dry. Trying to get a big man right now is very costly. Mark Williams' name had never come up, right? We had all the other names there, Jonas Valanciunas and Steven Adams and Walker Kessler and Miles Turner and Jakob Poeltl. We kind of go through the list. I mean, it's the same names we've been hearing for a while. Maybe a couple new names as we got a little bit closer to the NBA trade deadline. Maybe what happened is this. Maybe the Lakers thought they got their guy in Mark Williams. Maybe Charlotte felt the one thing that I will just say, just the fact that we hadn't heard his name. I just wonder if, Charlotte was going to take their chances and try to do a deal and then hope that he passed the physical. Maybe they're not that confident in Mark Williams, obviously moving forward. Maybe they just felt like they could get a great trade package and the Lakers were super aggressive. I thought the Lakers gave up. I mentioned this. I'm like, they gave up a lot. But I thought it was worth it because they need that player and they just traded for Luka. And AD was part of the deal, and you don't have really any size coming back. I mean, you could like Maxi Kleber. Kleber's not coming back. At least we know he's not getting reevaluated for 8 weeks. All right, in 8 weeks, you're basically maybe a week before the playoffs start, maybe a week and a half, something like that. So we'll see. Hopefully Maxi Kleber comes back, but that one's going to hurt the Lakers this year. I will tell you this, big picture wise. All right, get Dalton Knecht back. Okay, you get your 2031 pick back. You get your pick swap back coming up in 2030. It hurts them for this year. It hurts them for this playoff run, but it's not like they're not getting all those assets back. At least they get those assets back. Let them regroup in the summer and see if there's a bigger deal out there, a better deal out there, a more reliable center out there. So it's a little bit of a gut punch because of how bad they need that type of player. But what do you want Pelinka to do? Right? I think it's just kind of one of those things. If Mark Williams is not healthy, if he doesn't pass the physical that the Lakers are giving him, then, Pelinka's being responsible here and saying, all right, well, we're just going to go ahead and not do this, not make this trade happen and not do this deal. The part Kendrick Perkins was saying that I disagree with, that he's got to go and they got to go lie to Dalton Knecht. You don't got to lie to Dalton Knecht. You just tell Dalton Knecht, here's what happened. We didn't want to see you go, but we don't have any size. We got enough guards. It's not like they didn't have love for Dalton Knecht. It's not like other players out there or the Laker fan base wasn't happy with the progress they were seeing from Dalton Knecht. They just got to be upfront with him. That was the situation. That was the predicament. That's why we did it. And shit happens. And I think Dalton Knecht's going to be a professional enough to where he's going to come back on the Lakers, and when they call his number, he's going to do everything he can to be out there. And I'm sure Laker fans will be a little bit more sympathetic towards him and his situation as just a rookie. Maybe it's just a ticking clock for Dalton Knecht moving forward. Maybe in the summer, Lakers deal him again, whatever the case is. But I think for Dalton, it's a shitty situation to be. It's probably a shitty situation for all parties, especially Mark Williams, because now he comes out as basically damaged goods. But there's nothing really you can do about it. So I don't think anybody's going to lie to anybody. I don't think it's the end of the world that the Lakers got all these assets back. But the problem is for this season, this year, you don't have a big. If you're going to be relying on just Jackson Hayes, I don't feel great about that. Some of the different options. I asked somebody today, I'm like, have we got any updates on Christian Wood? There really isn't any updates, but I don't think anybody's going to be relying on Christian Wood. So It's kind of a tough one. This came out of absolutely nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. Nobody was expecting. I'm sure the Lakers weren't expecting. Charlotte wasn't expecting it, and unfortunately, that's the situation for the Lakers. So it's going to be a tough one to, obviously for them to overcome, because you got to have size for this playoff run. And listen, this team right now they're winning under any circumstance. This is why I was really praising JJ Redick earlier today when I was doing the postgame show. I was at the arena, did the postgame show, and then I drove down. I was praising him as much as I was for a reason. Doesn't matter the situation. He's working under every circumstance that you could think of. JJ Redick's like, cool, I got it. So give him, obviously a ton of credit for what he's been able to do. And this is just going to be another, I guess you can call it, mountain that the Lakers are going to have to climb to figure it out and continue to be competitive. And what's crazy is they've been winning without size, right? They have been. Go back to once Anthony Davis got hurt in that game against Philly. Since then, it was Washington. I know the Knicks were part of that. The Clippers were part of that. They basically took Ivica Zubac out of the game. Karl Anthony Towns didn't play well. This is all without AD. So I know one thing. I know JJ Redick's not going to make any excuses, but I think for a real run that you want to have this year, they just don't have the size. Now, the question is going to be, the other part of this is Cam Reddish on your team. What hurts the Lakers there, and you guys heard me kind of emphasize this a couple times. One of the good things, part of that deal was we got to finally see what we always know is obviously I've mentioned this before. JJ or Rob Pelinka always has a roster spot available around the buyout market. So the 2-for-1, Lakers trading 2 players to get 1 player back, that part I thought was big. I thought that was big because it was going to give them an opportunity in the buyout market. Now they obviously got a lot to figure out. So it's that roster spot is now not available. And they're going to have to figure out what to do from here. All right. There was one other thing that I wanted to point out that I saw a little bit earlier. Let me see if I see this. Trevor Lane had put something about an hour ago. Let me see if I could find it. He says, Lakers are now in a tough spot at center. Perhaps this entices some other players to pursue buyouts with a starting job potentially open in LA. But LA now has 15 players under contract again, would have to waive someone, and are now just $1.6 million below the second tier apron. Yeah, listen, you want to talk about, waiving somebody, if they can make that happen because there's a player available. I do agree with the type of minutes before they traded for Mark Williams. I know I've had a conversation saying, listen, if you can get a guy that can showcase himself, that now, wants to be with the Lakers, all the attention that's going to be around Luka and LeBron, and he's trying to, add some years to his career or still show that he could still be a good center in the league. Well, now's the time to make yourself available. A tweet from Ramona Shelburne. Teams do not like to cancel trades, especially those as significant as the Lakers-Charlotte trade for Mark Williams, Dalton Knecht. But LA gave up a lot to get Williams. They needed to feel confident he'd be healthy enough to be their starting center for the next 5 to 10 years. After a thorough evaluation of his health, they were not. Yeah, this sucks for all parties. It really does. Like it genuinely sucks for all parties. It sucks for Mark Williams, again, because it looks like he's damaged goods. Sucks for the Lakers for getting a chance to get a center that they desperately need. Sucks for Dalton Knecht and Cam Reddish, for that matter. Sucks for those guys that they just got traded and now they got to come back. One more thing I'm going to point out, and then we're going to call it a day. The Hornets just put out a statement. We are excited to welcome Mark back to our Hornets organization. After the other team aggressively pursued Mark, we made the difficult decision to move him. We have always held great respect for Mark's talent, work ethic, and character. We are thrilled to see him rejoin our roster as a dynamic presence at the starting center position. His return strengthens our team, and we look forward to the impact he will make on and off the court. Yeah, that sucks for Mark Williams. This guy's got to go from getting a chance to play with LeBron and Luka, Laker organization, really show his skill set at one of the more premier franchises, and now this. So unfortunate for all parties, like I mentioned. Laker fans, if you guys got some thoughts on this, feel free to let me know. And yeah, we'll kind of see how things shake out. Lakers don't have practice tomorrow, so we're not going to hear from anybody until Monday. Monday, we'll hear from the Lakers. We'll hear from JJ. We'll get into all that stuff. And then Lakers will have a game with Luka making his debut as a Laker. So lot still to unfold here over these next couple of days, but hopefully this kind of explains a little bit what happened, why it happened, and a little bit of an opinion on it as well as far as moving forward. If you guys don't mind, please subscribe to the channel. We're closing in on 30,000. We'd greatly appreciate that. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday. And I swear if I have to come back on and do something else, I swear. Hope you guys have a great Saturday and enjoy the Super Bowl coming up tomorrow. Thank you, everybody.